Good afternoon, Internet. I am your host, HazelPlays89. Welcome. City Skylines 2. We're in Blackshire again today, episode 38. After this one, we're going to have two more, and episode 40 will be the last episode of the series, but that's for another day, probably 2 weeks from now. So, with all that said, welcome to the episode. Welcome to Blackshire. We're at Portsburg, and I'm just kind of adoring the way this area is starting to come along. I left a lot last episode to be desired, especially with things like detailing and such. So we're going to take a gander at that today. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to expand this area. Ooh, let me get my mouse. We're going to expand Portsburg this direction over here. And we're going to have like a secondary skyline, kind of like how we have over there. Let me get all those icons off. Like what we have over in the distance there. And we're going to do something similar to that over here. And I think I might make a couple bridge connections where it makes sense. I feel like this would be a nice bridge connection right here. So let's get started. I kind of want to go ahead and see our districts. We do have that going for us, which is nice. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the way that Portsburg is coming along, and I want to give you all a big shout out. I want to thank everybody for the support in the last episode. I know it was like, as of recording this, it was just a few days ago. Oh, I sneezed. Because our release schedule last week was a little thrown off, but that's okay. Okay, we're back. Yeah, that was weird. So yeah, last week's release schedule was a little off because of I had stuff going on pretty much all weekend, but that's that's okay. Sometimes it's good to take a little break every once in a while. So yes, we're gonna come in here, and I think we're gonna do some fun. I don't really know what we'll do in these spaces. We'll probably do like a surface, like a gravel concrete surface or something. Alternatively, what we could do is we could go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna try it and see what it looks like. So let's find our surfaces tool. We're gonna grab this surfaces. Let's do concrete tiles large, and we're gonna delete these trees first of all. They need to go away. Goodbye trees. So we're gonna just try this out. I'm gonna see how it goes, and if I don't like it, we will not do it. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna do this. This will be concrete tiles, so it'll be a little more inviting, I suppose, than just normal gravel concrete like we did in our industrial area. Oh no. Here we go. And then what we'll do, let's grab a few medium density housing. How many is this? Let's do one right here, one right here. Let's actually go a 5x. Okay, so we're gonna do a 5x5 here. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll come through with a 4, something like this, and then something like this. Hold on just a moment. Actually, we're going to take you and undo that. Yeah, okay, so that's better. So we can have this like as a plaza inside, and I think that'll look kind of neat. So whenever it comes in, I'll see what it looks like, and if I like it, we'll keep it, and if not, I will undo it. So yeah. Also, like I said, we're gonna do some skyline stuff, and so what that means, we're gonna come over here and come through. Let's add some of these bad boys. Let's add some corner mixed use. I like it. I like it. Also, we had an update to the game last week at some time, like a couple days ago, and I'm not sure exactly. I knew it was a ton of back-end stuff, which is great. We needed it. It was a good time. I'm glad that the game got an update. Also, City Skylines 1 got an update, which was exciting. So that's fun. I'm gonna wait for all those to zone in. I kind of want to use high-speed gameplay, like the 3x speed situation, but alas, you will refrain for now. What is this? This is our death care area right here. So what we'll do, I think what we'll do, have just some offices. Just a little bit of office use right here. And then I think what we'll do, let's do some low rent housing. I think these are low rent housings. Yeah, those are low rent housing. So it would kind of make sense for us to have a few concrete surfaces knocking about there. That's fine. These, ooh, hold on. These are not what I want. So we're gonna delete those, and I want the full size dealios to come in. Please and thank you. Okay. So before I get too distracted with all that stuff, what I'm gonna do is we're going to come through and we're going to grab our roads, and we're gonna make some roads. I'm gonna put out some road frames here. Now I'm not sure what exactly I want to do exactly, but I think what we can try to get in here is maybe some fun park assets. Oh my gosh, the observatory tower would be absolutely perfect on this little point right here. So I've decided. Also, a bronze statue would be kind of nice. But you know, we'll figure that out when we get there. I'm not too worried about it. Let's come off this roundabout. Now, do I want a 4-lane road? I think I actually do want a 4-lane road. And I want it just about right here. But I want it to come off 90 degrees. Let's turn off these bad boys. So, why can I not get in the middle? Let's get it into the center. There we are. Alright, we're going to come off 90 degrees as best we can. And let's go about there. That seems fine. I like that. I don't mind it. So, here's what we'll do. I want to find a central road. And honestly, the most central road will probably be the key road up top that we've got going on. So maybe, and then we have this road right here. Maybe we can get by with doing something like this. So let's upgrade you. No, I just put her down, but we're going to upgrade her and do like that. Yeah, I don't mind it. And so now what we'll do, let's grab our roads like so. We're going to come down here and we're going to try this again. I want this to be nice and delightful, and it's working great. And so now we're going to do something similar this direction. Come on now. So that's an interesting feature I'm finding. Coming out of Bulldozer. Coming out of Bulldozer gets your doesn't take the doesn't set the tool that you were using, which is fine, I guess, but like I would ideally like for the tool to remain. So instead of having to click it all the time, we don't have to. Let's actually upgrade to a divided 4-lane. Divided 4 lanes apparently are a little bit quicker than their non-divided counterparts, which is kind of nice, and I kind of like it, and so I think we'll do it. And that gives us opportunity to play with nice, delightful trees in the middle of the road. Well, in the median of the road, not the center of the road. That would kind of be terrible for traffic and whatnot. You know? Why is there a tree here? Go ahead and put that there. So I'm a road man. I do what I want. Okay. So that's not straight. I'm having a hard time this morning, guys. I apologize. I need to focus. Here we go. Oh, there we go. All right. So now we're going to turn our guidelines back on. We're going to have a simple curve. There we go. Delightful, delightful. You love to see it. You love to see it. And so now what we're going to do, let's have kind of this road be something important. We'll tree line it, I guess. So let's come off here and we're just going to go straight on through like so. Yes. I approve. Okay, so now what we can do is I actually almost want to replace it with a 4-lane, and I could because I'm not too married to this zoning pattern that we've got. But I think what we'll do instead is we'll do some asymmetry. So we're going to turn off all of our things, and then what I want to do is I need it to go the other direction. So we're going to do this, and it kind of throws the road off, but you know what? It's fine, because I would rather have the lane markings perform the correct function honestly, in anyway, then I would have just a little, like, I don't mind having the zoning a little off, is what I'm trying to say. I don't actually mind. So there we have that. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's actually pretty cool. So we're gonna do which way? I would like the idea of having that there. We'll have to adjust our. Yeah, that's fine. So now what we're gonna need to do though, we're gonna need to make a node here-ish. And you can do that by finding where you want to make the node and double clicking. You don't have to make a nub if you don't want to, but you totally can. It's fine. It's just, you know, there's multiple ways of doing stuff, and that's pretty cool. I like it. I don't mind it. So let's go ahead and we're gonna make sure that we have that pretty much straight, like so. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. Hold on. Over here. There's a little bit of jank there, but I don't actually think that's a bad idea. So if we're coming down, let's delete you and we'll pull back. So for the most part, what we've got going on is exactly what I want to have going on. Some asymmetry on that road, and it'll be kind of like a main road. And so what we'll do then, I guess we could upgrade you into a divided 4-lane as well. And I kind of like it. So. And this gives us access, this road will give us access to this harbor up here, which is also great. But we've also got the main entrance to the harbor is Belford Street, okay? Which is delightful. I don't mind it. I'm going to take a sip of coffee for a moment. And I will return. Coffee time, friends. Highly recommend coffee time. Delightful. Everybody loves it. Okay, so here we have. Ooh. You know what? I think I do kind of like this. It lends itself to some fun situations in which we can find ourselves. And one of those situations we can find ourselves, is. I need to find it. I think it's under this paths. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. So I'm going to. Okay, so I want it right here. I do. That's exactly where I want it. And then I want this here. Actually, let's come over just a touch. A little bit like this. Something like that. I want to make sure that I'm not encroaching upon the zoning that we've got going on. So what I think we'll do is we can delete some of those net lanes. But what I think I'll do is I'll do this in a detailing time lapse. But I want to make sure that delete net lanes. Where are you? Where's the net lane? Is it this one? No. Remove net lanes. There we go. Wait, I think it is this one. Yep. Cool. So I'm going to add parking back here. I think that would be awesome. But we're going to use those wonderful parking lot road things. And I'm going to do that in a detailing time lapse, but I'm going to put a thing here to remind myself to do that. So what we'll do, let's just go about right here. I think let's start right there on the dot. And we'll end on. Let's end about right here. And then I think what we'll do is then we will grab an invisible road path and do this. Perhaps we could get by with having a little curve there. Yeah, that's much better. And then let's turn on everything except those situations, and then we will do that. All right, And so then what we'll do is I'll like decal it up. I'll have maybe like a small curb or something and figure that out. But I like the way that that's gonna end up looking. So yeah, I think having concrete back here was a good time. And then also what we could do is we could come through with some props and whatnot. Maybe we could find some benches, or perhaps even some of these things, and then we can have all sorts of fun detailing. And that doesn't make any sense right there, but you know, giving you guys an idea. But what we need to focus on is laying out roads. I got super distracted just then, sorry about that. So we're going to just have ourselves some nice fancy 2-lane stuff. Let's come off, let's go about right here. And then we will, realistically speaking, I think that should be fine. I think that should be okay. And then we can add a through road. Oh. Okay. So I'm just gonna try to just add roads where I think it would make sense for there to be roads. Now I don't want to go too far onto this 4-lane here, but what we can do is a little bit of this, and then we can do a little bit of this, and we're gonna actually come down. Let's go down about right here, actually. So I'm gonna bring you back, and then we will go 180 degrees. But we're gonna use a simple curve here because I think I'll enjoy the way that this looks. Oh yeah, that's fine. It's unique. It's not a total grid, which I know everyone is a huge fan of in my series, my cities. The grids forever. We could probably get by with some asymmetry here too. So let's take a look and see what we can do with that. So we're gonna add this like so. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, the game was paused. That's why. There we have it. And I want to do, let's add a road here, kind of on the where the asymmetry kind of stops and starts. It will do that. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind it. This could probably be a little longer. So what we're gonna do, let's have a node here, and then we will grab our asymmetry again. We're going to do that again. Hold on. What is going on? There we go. Weird. So what we need to do is we need to replace it and get it to where we need it to be. Let's put you there. That's fine. I don't mind it. That's fine. And then these like in through roads that don't connect to our 4 lanes will not be asymmetrical. That doesn't make any sense. So let's go ahead. We will just do a little bit of this. Yeah. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna connect you here. Connect you here. 90. And then let's do some simple curve work. Yeah. That's something that I'm trying to like remember is a thing that I can do, is not grid everything out all the time. Because while the grids are incredibly versatile and there's nothing wrong with them, they do get kind of monotonous after a while. So I want to avoid that if I can. So now we have, let's just make another road here. What is our anchor angle? Our anchor angle is at the top here, or not the left, where we want it to be. I want it to be 90 degrees as best I can. What we can do, let's turn off that. Turn off that foolishness, and then we will do that. All right, beautiful. So now what I think what I want to do, instead of using 2-lane, we're gonna use alleyways to just connect things up like so. And I'm not going to be too worried about angles and stuff. Whatever happens, happens, honestly. It's kind of my viewpoint on it at this point. Not because I'm feeling like, not because I'm just over it. Not at all. But because I think it would be kind of interesting to have fun shapes, you know. Let's say in the past these alleys were like walking paths between these areas, right? Between buildings. It makes sense for them to be a little bit cattywampus, you know, and that's okay. And that's all right, and it looks pretty neat too. Because not everything is perfect, right? Not everything is gonna be all squared up all the time. Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of angularity, a little bit of interesting shapes and whatnot in your city. And I know that I'm saying that as they are a proponent of making things gridded, but you know, that's a beautiful thing about City Skylines. Both one and City Skylines do is you can build however you feel like building. You can, if you want to have fun grids, you can have fun grids. If you want to have more organic looking neighborhoods, you can totally do that. It's up to you, your imagination. Oh, the game is doing the little freeze again. So let's wait a minute. There we go. All right. But yeah, you don't have to. You can build your city however you feel like building your city, and that's beautiful. Man, the game has been really freezy lately. I think some of the mods and some of the other fun things that we have going on are trying to play catch up. So we have this. What I want to do is I want to bring density in. I want to bring high density and to this area. But what we need to do before we do all of that, before we zone and do detailing, we're going to want to make sure that our district is covered. Because if it's not covered, services will not do things where I need them to do things. And that's a problem. So let's go ahead. We're going to just cover this peninsula here. About like that. That'll be fine. So what I want to do as well is we need to get I like the idea of getting a train station, honestly. So but what I need to do before we do all of that is we have a train rail line over here. So that is a thing that we need to work on. So let's go to our trains and stuff. We're gonna grab you, and then we're going to freeform it. Let's turn off all of that. We're going to just kind of hug the tile, the boundary of the map, because this is the actual boundary of the map. And let's go about right here. What I need to do is we're going to turn that back on because I want to make sure that we're in line. But let's go ahead and go up, and we're going to make you do that. So now what we'll do, I want to take this back, and what we're going to do now is we're going to make the gentlest of slopes. We're going to scroll all the way down. If I can get it as low as possible. Let's do... Let's try that again. Let's go 60 units at a 2% grade. And I think that's fine. So there's height differentiation in the terrain itself, not necessarily because I did something wrong. So that's why we have that. So what we're gonna do now is simple curve. Some alternatively probably do a complex. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna come here. We're gonna do that. Oh, it's so beautiful, so smooth, right? You're coming up, you're on your train, delivering your cargo and whatnot. So we got that, and that's awesome. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're going to split off with a continuous curve. We're going to do this. And so now what we're going to have to do, let's come out straight a little. Make sure our anchor angle at the top there, where you see the 180 coming off of this little node, you want that to maintain 180 degrees. And the same thing here. I should have just kept it going, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get this all connected up, and I will be back with you shortly. Okay, so we have a connection, which is fine. I'm a fan. I probably ought to have like a little junction here as well, so let's go ahead and do that. These are all one lane, two-way tracks, and I think it'll be fine. If not, we'll know. So let's just grab you about right here, and then we'll just add it right there. Oh, hold on. Clicky click. There we go. That's fine. That seems pretty good. So yeah. And then I think what we'll end up doing is we'll have like a yard, like a sort of handmade rail yard. I think that'll be nice. So that's cool. I want to now come through and start zoning. And after we zone, I'll come back and tell you what I zoned. And then we'll detail. So, with all that said, I will be back with you guys momentarily. Hey, we've unlocked milestone 14. We are Grand City now. Delightful. So let's go to our progression panel. Let's take a look and see what we've got. We have money, but if we go to our development points, we can see we have 20 in the bottom left that we need to begin to think about. And I think what we'll do is as we're wrapping down the series, we won't worry too much about this really. But yeah, so I mean, we have that, which is awesome. I'm here for it. So let's just get back to doing what we were doing, and I'm going to make this operate just in Portsburg, which is fine. So yeah, I mean, I'm loving the way that this area is coming along. I'm just not sure how I want to go about a few things. So what I think we'll do is we'll just kind of do our favorite tree spam. You know how it is. So let's do something like this. Let's actually take our brush strength up all the way, our brush size down a little more, and we'll do this like so. So yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed the episode so far. I mean, I'm having a good time with it, doing just a few light detailing things. Because I kind of don't know what I want to do over here right now, to be honest. I know what we could do. We could get a park in here somewhere. I think I like the idea of turning one of these blocks or something into like a huge, massive like city park for this area or whatever. And I think that'll be a good time. So let's think about doing that before we just plant a few trees here and there, kind of like so. So what we're gonna do, let's up our brush size, and we're gonna just delete these trees right here, and we're gonna make a beautiful park. And what I'm gonna do, we're gonna delete these, this, and this, and this true path, this road will kind of be central to this area. I could probably relocate these apartment buildings up, or we could just, you know, let's turn off that. Let's do something like this. Yeah, that's fun. I like it. And I don't want to get too crazy, you know, with stuff height-wise. Oh, Ruby Apartments, luxury stylist brick. Oh, cool. So I'm here for it. So let's actually think about getting that in. It is well-being within 2 kilometers. I like the idea of having that somewhere. Oh, this will be nice. I think let's put it right here. Yeah. I like it. And so it'll have this huge front lawn park area. So let's go ahead now. What I want to do, let's grab surfaces. We'll grab our grass. We're going to do just the regular grass surface. And we're going to make sure that we are on that angle. We're going to just make a big old park. A huge park. Huge. Actually, before we do that, I want people to use the park. So let's get a few park assets. And put that there. And then I think we'll put another one there. And we can connect them up and do surface work with it, and that'll be fine. Let's actually get a couple more on this other side here. What we can do is place a few. Alright. Let's just take a look and see what we've got. We could add, honestly, I feel like sports park would be kind of nice out here. But I just want green for now. I don't want anything absurd, you know. So I think for this side will be the functional side, but this side of it will be the custom decor type situation. So let's go ahead and do some better bulldozer work. Better bulldozer work. We're gonna turn off, remove sub elements. We're gonna delete the fence from that, delete the fence from that. And there we have it. And then what we'll do, grab the pathway. and I'm going to turn anarchy on because that is important when we're doing stuff like this. So we can, yeah, beautimous. Same thing over here and here. Oh, and then we'll grab the bottom here as well. And we'll come back with the surface tool and extend the surface of the grass out a little ways, and it'll be nice. It'll be fine. And let us go ahead and do that. Messed it up. So we will try that again. Good thing the surface kind of extends everywhere. So that's fine. Just doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And there we go. All right, just kind of grab it, bring it all the way over like so. Beautiful. We have a big beautiful thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab our pathway tool and we're going to turn off everything. Let's actually get a little winding, meandering path here, and I'll just do something like this. Yeah, and then we will connect you. Let's say about here, and then I think we'll grab another and put you there. I actually don't like that, so never mind. We won't put a path here. I think we might get a path down on this way though. So let's go ahead, find that corner. Find the corner. Let's go. Let's try to get it as close as we can without actually touching. And we'll do that. All right, that's fine. So now what I want to do, we're gonna grab surfaces again, but let's use our normal grass. I'm gonna make a little shape like that, and then we're going to just make the shape bigger. We're gonna expand it. It'll be a different flavor of grass, if that makes any sense, than what we have on the other side, because I want them to be kind of distinct little areas. And it may not turn out how I want it to. The aesthetic may bother some people, but I think it'll be fine. Let's take that off. Do this. We're gonna actually just come all the way out here, as we do. All right, click. Let's put you here. Okay, beautiful. We got one more corner to make things with, so there's that. And now what we're gonna do, and you probably already know, you could probably already guess where this is going, but we're gonna do some tree span. Alternatively, what we could do is we have park assets and stuff, and I like the idea of kind of placing some of these small food stalls down here. But we're gonna do, I don't want a brush, I want just one of them. There we go. We can have some food stalls kind of out and about, like so, just every once in a while. Not too many of them, but just enough to kind of bring some interest to the space, like at the intersections of these paths. And let's get one kind of right here on the corner. I think I like the idea of that. All right, and so now let us place one of our favorite things, just a gazebo right there. Then I wonder, yeah, we can absolutely do this. Let's grab some round tables. This is where people could eat, fellowship, you know how people are. Let's get some more, just a few more right here. Yeah. And then I think we'll come to this other side, but we'll use a slightly different kind of table. We'll get the 4-sided tables over here, just to give people some options. People love options, you know. And I think that'll do it. So yeah, I like the idea of maybe also grabbing a few assets for the children, for the kiddos. Some swing sets, jumble gyms and whatnot. Placing those down. Do we have sandboxes? I'm pretty sure we do. There they are. And I think what we'll do is we'll put a sandbox here, and then we'll put a sandbox kind of about right there. And then, because good parents watch over their kids, what we're gonna do is we're gonna find some benches, park benches, hopefully. Here we are, park benches. And we're gonna have just a few park benches spotted about. Yeah. So people can watch out for their children, and we're gonna just place a couple trash bins. Like so. And then I think we'll have one. Let's have one right here. And then we'll have one right here as well. Some light detail work, nothing too crazy, because I don't necessarily want it to be like overboard. But what we could do now, we can go to our vegetation, get our brush, and just kind of dot about. Ooh, hi there. Let's not have anarchy on, because I don't want things in the roads where they don't belong. We're just gonna have this. Let's drop our size of the brush down just a little bit. And I'm not gonna like full on hold, click, and drag the mouse. I just want to spot place. Just every so often, just like move around and click. And I find this is a little more conducive to how I want to do things than placing everything manually or just dragging the thing. So there we have that. And let's just finish out here with a little bit of, man, we have medium density demand. So let's go ahead then, and we're just gonna put in some medium density homes, like so. I'm reminded of the episode of The Office where Dwight's telling them how to wrap presents. It's really funny to me. Place them under the tree, like so. All right. So, well, friends, I've zoned the area as much as I feel like zoning, but let's actually do this before we head on out. I'm gonna grab our low density once again, and we're just gonna do big swaths of zooming. We're gonna just click and dragify all the way down here. And I think because we're just kind of going for it, it'll give us some interesting shapes. Nothing too crazy, but nothing too absurd either. I think we'll do that for now. So what this will do, this will allow our people to zone in over here, and we've really made a huge dent in that demand for residential. But as you can see, we still have demand for low density housing. So what I think we'll do is we're gonna just do some of this with our low density. You could probably add a high density tower or two as well. So I think what I like the idea of, let's have you, yeah, that might get really large, the zoning there, but you know, friends, I would like to thank you all so much for joining me on this episode today. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscribes. They all mean a ton, and it does help the channel out. We're experiencing a lot of growth, and I greatly appreciate everything that you all do for the channel. Your likes, comments, subscribes mean a ton. If you're stumbled across this video and you've made it this far in and you haven't subscribed, feel free to click the button to know whenever I make videos. With all that said, friends, I want to thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.